I am recording. Yeah, what's going on?
I am recording.
Same.
And Scrubkilla and Brownie. Out bloody standing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go intro, and then we'll just go into some nice light questions. Can Gregan leave, by the way? Is he just going to be lurking behind you?
Yeah, he said, yo, I'm just going to listen in. Look what he said in the chat.
Oh, is he?
He's actually listening in. I feel
listening
weirdly
in.
pressured by that. The fact that we have this is our first ever audience member.
Oh, okay.
I'll provide the most candid answers you can possibly get.
Okay.
If we suddenly hear like a thump, it's because you've said something you shouldn't have said,
Yeah.
and Gregan is keeping a close eye on you.
Gun in the corner is like...
Cole can mute the thump, so it's fine. Alright, what's up, you got cast and cat, and they call me Stumpy.
Me cool.
And this is Poddy SubPar, Poddy C officially.
Officially.
The best podcast on the internet. This episode made possible by our patrons over at www.patreon.com/subparbnhd. So if you want to help out and get your releases of Poddy C, drop a quid or two. Cheers, hun. Our latest patron is MBS. So cool, take it away.
MBS, I'm sick of you.
It's been a... Oh, I don't know that word. It's been a bower.
Bower.
Well, since we had a guest on and say we pure scraped a barrel of the Iron Brew. So you bring a mucker requested guest, Scrub, right?
What's up? I'm not a fan of that accent, but yeah.
Why?
What's a bower?
Yeah,
A
what?
what? A bower?
A
You
bower.
should have the Google
A
Doc.
borer.
You told me you closed the Google
I'll
Doc.
paste it
Open back
into.
up again.
I know how this works.
A boar?
We will get the newest member of the guild squad. I guess all of them the same sort of length on the guild squad.
Yeah,
Put
no.
them together is Scrub.
Hey, what's up? What's up,
Hey,
Cole?
how you
What's up,
doing?
Stumpy? I'm doing good. Chilling.
Hey, man.
Where are you? You're in a cool room. I see a sofa, and there's very black walls there. It's all very dark.
Yeah, it's very professional, isn't it? So we're actually at boot camp at the Belong Arena in Oxford Street. So it's pretty sick. We got like the whole private room to ourselves. It's been booked out. So
You've come down from Scotland,
Yeah.
where everybody speaks how I did in the intro.
yeah, exactly.
Into London, where everyone speaks how I do now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God, we are Mr. Worldwide at the moment.
I know.
So I wanted to ask, are your teammates listening in? Because we had Gregan set everything up for us, and he's been wandering around. Are they behind you? Are they listening in at the moment?
Oh, of course they're not. They're those browsing Spotify.
Oh, so they're in the room.
And
with you still.
Nolly's disappeared. Nolly's not here, but Gregan's somewhere listening.
I did see Nolly put on his mask before leaving,
yeah.
which I liked a lot. Good man. So we can't get any of them to say hello and just like pop in and just give a little hi.
Nah. I guess you want Tho. He's right here if you want.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, right.
Oh,
okay.
never mind.
No, Christ, no. I don't.
All my homies hate Tho. So.
All Tho has
That's
heard
so
is
weirdly
you-
harsh.
All Tho has heard is you say, unless you want Tho, then you go, okay, then never mind.
Poor
He's having a
guy.
good time.
I also love the fact that we've asked if any of your teammates can come say hi, and you're like, no, unless you want Tho. Like, obviously we don't want Tho. Like, why would we mean him?
Yeah, I
One
know,
of your
right?
teammates.
Oh,
I know.
We could have Greg, but we have to sit with Tho. So obviously you guys at the moment, you are in a team house. You're not staying at the Belong Arena, but you're staying in London. How's that been?
Yeah, well, it's not a team house. We're at an Airbnb, and then it's like the boot camp here. But I guess you call the Airbnb the team house, right? But that's still in development. But yes, it's been really good.
It's like a temp team house.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna call an Airbnb a team house.
It sounds more impressive if you do.
Yeah, okay. So team mansion.
not just that Gregan went onto Airbnb and just selected the cheapest one.
No, completely didn't do
No.
that.
I was going to ask as well, obviously you guys are there as part of Guild, and you've been streaming and chatting all about Guild, and obviously there's been some really, really cool stuff you posted on Twitter, like the handwritten note from Big Man Bex,
Yeah,
sending you saying,
the legend himself.
best of luck, Kyle.
Yeah.
Which was sick. What's it like being with Guild at the moment?
I think it's amazing. You know, like there's so much potential with this organization. You know, we're a startup, like only really formed this year, but we got David Beckham backing us, and like got a lot of really like talented people working. So I think we're destined for greatness, right? And we got Mitho and Noli. You know, if we can become the best team in the world, then we can cement our legacy as Guild
This is
Esports.
it.
That's what we got to do, right?
Does it sort of feel different that it's a new org? Because you were with Vitality
Yeah.
before, and they're sort of quite established. They've got their mantra. They're sort of known as the French team. That's their vibe. But with Guild, aside from the fact that it's sort of like David Beckham's thing and he's attached to it, it's a fairly, dare I say, a blank slate right now. The voice is still finding itself. And you are part of that. Is that something that you're enjoying?
Yeah, definitely, because I've never had this opportunity to join like a startup team. So like obviously Super Vitality they've been in the works for years, but
exactly, yeah.
you know, with this I've got the chance to like not only grow with myself but grow with the org at the same time. You know, and we can kind of both help each other, like in a good relationship in that way. So it's really, really exciting, yeah.
Is it a different feel? Like, it obviously sounds really cool. Is it a different feel when you're playing, being like, this is one of the first teams that Guild have gone with?
Because it's only you guys, isn't it, in Guild?
It is.
I think they've just signed a FIFA guy.
They got a FIFA player as well. That's just 4 players, so...
Does it feel different that you are like a quarter of their talent roster, essentially?
Maybe a half. Nah, joking.
Well, that's less than the Vitality CSGO roster alone right now, because even that's just 5 players, and you're 4th across the entire org.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, it's really new, and not only that, but you know, my teammates, it's like when I team with Kate up in Fairy, they're quite established players for years, but these guys are quite, you know, relatively new, so it's not only have I got a new org, but I kind of got new teammates, so I got to start from scratch in a way.
I mean, you're the veteran on that team. Like
somehow.
I genuinely never thought. I never thought you'd be referred to as a veteran, and like you're leading up some up and coming like younger players. But obviously, before we get on to the RLCSX, we've got NA and EU to talk about, and then we've also got Scrub. We're playing a game towards the end called. That's a weird place to listen from.
Nice, to be fair.
Okay.
Right, that's a very good game. It's a fan favorite.
Okay.
You'll have to decide as well when we get there, Scrub, whether you want to be on my team, which I'm sure you'll choose, or against me, which I'm sure you won't choose. So we'll let you cross that bridge when we come to it.
I'll think about it.
With your old pal Cole.
Because you guys have got some history together,
a little bit.
Because, you both played SART BC.
Yeah.
And, Scrub, how long has Rocket League and Car Ball, so everything from SART BC, been a part of your life? Because that famous picture of when you were like 6 or something playing it in front of a massive CRT TV.
You look so cute in that picture as well. Like, you know,
all the years. I'm not cute now.
No,
you're a
right, okay.
Gross teenager.
But in that, you're like so adorable, just playing the game and loving it.
Yeah.
No, well, I started playing Cyber when I was like 6 because my dad got it off the PlayStation store, and I don't know why, my memory's not even that good, but I remember the first time I got it. I didn't want to play it, but he convinced me to play it. Like I was like, nah, I don't want to play this like stupid game. But he was like, nah.
Imagine that you as a 6-year-old, your dad's asked you to play a video game. You're like, looks terrible.
Yeah. I remember like I couldn't wrap my head around the aerial concept. So like jumping, tilting your stick back. It took me so long to learn, but my dad could do it. And I was like, this guy's a wizard.
How long did it take you to get better than your dad? Because if he's the one who got you into it, he must have figured out the joy of it fairly soon and the potential that it had.
No, not long.
Was there like one day where suddenly you were like, Dad, don't worry, I've got this. Well, take the controller from
my dad didn't really play it with me, you know, like my dad was at work and stuff, so I was playing it on my own, but I don't think it would have taken me that long, like maybe like a couple months, right? But I played the game for like I was only allowed to play in the PSG like once a week on a Friday. So it was literally once a week until I was like 9 years old or something. When I was 9 I was playing it a bit more. And then I probably stopped like a year before Rocket League came out. And I got invited to the Alpha Rocket League by a SAR player, and I was playing the Alpha. And I was gonna grind it, but I was playing like CS:GO at the time, so I preferred that game.
Which SART player invited you to the Alpha?
You know this guy called RC Mize. He's one of Jazer's friends.
I do not.
He's a Finnish guy. He invited me. He's a really good guy. Oh. Yeah, he's one of Linker. He's one of Linker's friends as well. So.
Oh,
that might be where I know him from. Linkuru's mates, yeah. That's right. Because basically, for anyone who will not be aware, Scrubkilla and I are old forum.
You're
alumni.
Old friends. You're old besties,
we are
aren't you?
Buddies.
Yeah. I mean, I was never on the forum, but yeah.
How many years have you looked up to Cole as something of a big brother / father figure, Scrub? We're talking a decade, right?
If you mean like the outcast uncle that left. Then...
the weird creepy uncle, yeah. Many years,
yeah.
I'm intrigued as well, because you mentioned CSGO, and actually one of the questions that I've got on here is if there's ever been a game that you've taken as seriously as SART BC / Rocket League. Because some Rocket League pros I think Metsunora said he's bad at every other game, and then other ones like Fruity.
Fruity is ridiculous at every game.
He picks up some new. He's probably amazing at Valorant. He's probably.
You should probably go to that then. I'll be better for him.
So is there any other game that you've taken that seriously?
Nah, I mean, I played CSGO. It wasn't anything special. I mean, I just like to go on the workshop maps and stuff. But
Fruity will teach you. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games that I really cared about a lot. Like Trackmania. I used to love that game. I used to sweat that game quite a lot.
Trackmania is really satisfying.
It's a very good game.
Like I've only played it on PC when what game was it called? That came
Nations
out?
or
Turbo?
United. Turbo,
yeah, Turbo. Yeah, we played that, and that was really good. There's also Trackmania Stadium.
Yeah,
like
Stadium. There's loads. There's a Stadium too, but there's like Canyon and
Stadium's
Valley
really
and stuff.
Canyon,
Yeah, but I think it's a sick game. But yeah, I mean, Rocket League's the only game that I've invested this much time into. So yeah.
Would you want to go, like, was there any other game that you look at, and if you could transfer your Rocket League skill into another game, let's say it was your CSGO or whatever, would you do that into maybe just a completely different direction?
You strike me as a Fortnite player.
Because he's young, child.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm too big brained. Nah, honestly, the only game that's ignited like the same like passion price, I think Melee. I think Melee would be a really incredible.
Have you played Gregan?
No. Gregan will only play me in the new Smash games. I'm like, these aren't even like real Smash games compared to Melee because it's so slow. And then Gregan's like, this and that. And I'm Gregan, look at me.
Gregan loves going to conventions whenever I've been with him, like to Insomnias or it was a DreamHack as well. And he loves to find all the people that are playing Smash, rock up, and then try and beat them, and then actually find out that people are better than him at things. And it's my favourite thing to go with him to see him get his ass kicked by some random like Dutch person.
When did this happen?
In DreamHack Leipzig.
Oh,
he
DreamHack.
just wandered over and just like he was playing some people and he was like beating them.
Yeah.
And then some other guys came over. They all plugged in their controllers, whatever the you do with the Switch, and then they just beat him. And I was like, "This is wonderful. This is the greatest.
One of the greatest things I've ever seen." Yeah.
No, it's great. Would you go into any other fighting game, or is it just Smash that you play?
Nah, just Smash. I mean, Tekken's alright, but Smash is like the only game that's got like the speed and creativity of Rocket League. Like the creativity to like do whatever you want.
Wave dashing.
Yeah, wave dashing. Yeah.
Did you ever go to like a Melee event of any sort?
No,
I've never been to a fighting game thing either.
I was literally born after it came out, so you know.
Very true.
I played it because I thought it was
When did Melee
cool.
come out?
2001. I think it's 2001.
Wow, you know that straight away. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was 6. Oh, what a world.
Lord of the Rings.
I was as old as you were when you started playing Rocket League.
Yeah, you mean Sarb.
No.
You mean Sarb.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Sarb. I do mean Sarb.
Don't worry.
You're grilling me now. I would like to chat about RLCS X now because we'll dive into North America and then we'll move on to Guild's run through regional number 1. That's a good looking brownie you're eating there.
Are you very quietly trying to munch a brownie?
It's quite like the proportions are quite weird. Most brownies are thicker, right?
It's quite long, isn't it?
Yeah, like kind of brownies out, but it's nice. So
it's a London brownie.
Yeah.
What's that brand?
Exactly.
They're weird down here.
North American RCS X Regional 1 has concluded, and obviously you are playing over in the EU side of things, but did you manage to settle down and watch any of the more North American stuff at all?
Well, I don't really watch North America, but I did catch, we were watching some Space Station gaming replays with the team, so quite a really impressive team, but not really watched much of any this season. I just want to focus. Before I watch any, we got to be the best team in EU, right? You know what I mean? Got to focus on that first, but nah, Space Station are really good teams.
I mean, yeah, obviously Space Station ended up beating NRG 4-1 over in the finals, and
I watched that, yeah.
I personally thought it would be closer.
Well,
and then it wasn't.
I don't think it was NRG's day, to be fair, but if you watch Space Station, the way that the win is like a lot of NA teams will just dive in for every single ball, they just jump. But Space Station actually stay quite grounded, and I think the biggest thing is they're always on high boost. Like Space Station have such high boost counts all the time, and that's probably the most underappreciated thing in 3v3 is just if you can keep high boosts as a team, then you can have a really great chance of winning.
When you watch a team like Space Station playing, like you as somebody who's been a Rocket League pro now for 4 years or however long you actually went pro, are there still things that you're noticing? Do you notice Rettles do something and just think, I would not have thought of that, or any of the other players?
Oh yeah. If I watch like Rocket League FX or someone, I'm very, very impressed. I think it's very impressive to watch them. Typical Arsenal and Retos all have
Sipical,
incredible.
man.
Sipical's an incredible player.
I'm in love with him.
He wasn't actually playing at his best against NRG. He's kind of like
Doesn't need to. That's the scary
yeah,
thing.
exactly. But
And they still smashed him 4-1.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I wanted to ask you about what you thought then of Rettles going on SSG. You're taking AXB's spot because he has very much taken SSG from one of the top 3 in North America to what is pretty much the top team now in North America. He's made a huge impact.
Well, I've said this for years, but if you want to be the best team in Rocket League, you just gotta have 3 like star players. Like, there's never a team that's won the World Championship with like a not so good third. You know what I mean? So, and I literally said to Rettles, I was talking to Rettles like 2 weeks before he joined, and I was like, why don't you just replace AXB on Space Station? And at that time he had no clue about it. Then he joined them, and I was like, then he messaged me like, no way you predicted that. Or no way you knew that.
That's funny, because I don't know, it sounds like you haven't seen the broadcast. He was interviewed on the broadcast, and he was saying that he'd been messaging, I think it was Typical, maybe it was Arsenal, saying, get me on. If I'm on your team, we're never going to lose. So if that is true what you're saying, you definitely planted a seed that he then sort of took and ran with. It wasn't just coincidence that he ended up there.
It's obvious, like, Rettles is just a superior player to AXP, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to AXP, that's just the way it is. He's just a superior player, so... It's a no-brainer.
It's so fun to watch. Like, every player on Space Station now, like you said, it's 3-star players at this point, where XP wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but Rettles just has that innate ability to pull an incredible play out of nothing, where you think he's going to be stuffed into an awkward corner and he might have to get a bit of a dodgy 50 to get out, maybe rely on a teammate to come in and swoop in and save him. And he can do 2 or 3 things in about half a second, and suddenly he's on an offensive push. Like, it must be impossible to predict what he's about to do.
Yeah, it's not impossible to predict, obviously, but it's going to be really challenging, and, like, it's crazy. I think some of Rettle's stats here, like, he's like 60% of the games on the ground, and that's unheard of in Pro Rocket League. Like, he's such a... like, basically what he does, if you actually watch replays of the tournament, right, he just drives around the pitch, and he drives up to people, and he just, like, scares them, and, like, he just drives beside them. He doesn't jump for it, he just goes and he goes away. And that's what Space Station are so good at doing. They just, like, they're willing to... not fully commit. They're just willing to drive up and turn around, and I think that gives them the edge in any.
So this isn't a video podcast, but what I just witnessed behind you, Scrub, was a very... I've never seen somebody look cocky despite wearing a face mask. Gregan comes over, points at the camera, and does a little mouth-opening gesture to say, Scrub is saying what I'd say right here. I think that's what Gregan was trying to tell us. So somewhere...
I thought he was
you've made
waving
Gregan...
at me. I waved back.
He was pointing at Scrub and doing like hand... with
I
your hand
waved back
open
like a dick.
I seen it.
Yeah, I think he was saying, like, I've got to this boy. He's talking like me now. So are you turning into Gregan? Because that scares me.
I don't want that.
Listen, I admire Gregan's coaching. He's got a great mind for the game. But Gregan's morals and values in life, no. I'd run away. I literally run away from home at like 9 years old if that was the case. But he's a good coach. So
he's all right, isn't he?
He's all right. He's all right. Yeah.
And it is good to see you sort of like taking the lessons that he's imparting. It's a good thing. But just moving from Rettles,
the brainwashing.
Exactly. Yeah, washing with water as well. The jokes write themselves.
The hydration.
Before we move on from Rettles, he is obviously a colourful character at LANs in particular, and you are too. Have you guys ever played at LAN? I can't think if you have.
We have in the semi-finals of GMAC Montreal when they won, and that was
that's the Peeps. Right?
The only reason they beat us at series, right, is because they're going for bumps and demos, and like that was a year ago. And
that was their thing.
That was when the meta. They were the basic people that created that meta that goes on today. So,
what do you think of the bump meta? Because I adore it.
I think it's fun because I like to inflict demos on people myself.
Yeah.
Quite a little rat to play against, to be honest.
I love it.
Little rat.
I'm honestly like.
You have never described yourself better than I'm a little rat to play against. So, we've spoken a little bit about North America, Space Station 1, sick team, fair play to them. Mm-hmm. But, moving over towards EU, we should focus all on Guild, because in the first regional, you guys made top 8, and I remember seeing a tweet from you a while ago. I couldn't actually find it when I went searching, where you were saying, this team now, the team that you're currently on, this has the potential to be the best team in Europe. Mm-hmm. The top 8 finish, losing out in the quarters to Magnifico. I imagine that wasn't something that you anticipated, nor that you were particularly happy with.
Exactly.
How did you take that loss in the quarters?
Well, I'm not going to say or make excuses why we lost. They just beat us fair and square. But Yeah, and the reason why I said I think we can be the best is because I believe it. I wouldn't play Pro Rocket League if I don't think I can win the World Championship. Then what's the point playing, right?
Again.
So yeah, again, exactly. So yeah, I think the reason why we're inconsistent is due to multiple factors. I think it's like we still need to find that consistent play style that doesn't rely on, oh, you're feeling good one day, you're feeling bad the next day, like you're gonna lose or win. Like, so look at Space Station, right? Typical didn't feel amazing in that last day. They still won. It's because they got a consistent play style that doesn't rely on chaos, like capitalizing on chaos to win. So I think that's what we have to lean towards more. And also, I've been playing the game for years and years, so I mean, Tho and Noli are quite new. They've only been in RCS for one season, so it just is a time thing. It just takes a little bit of time, I think. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? So
very few teams are going to come out the gate, and there are a lot of teams where they have a honeymoon period and then they fall off. And
yeah,
there's always that really awkward point. And in other teams, it takes a while to build into it. I think we're still seeing that to an extent, we're sort of seeing both in RG at the moment, where they had their honeymoon period, where you see the results on Wikipedia go from sort of like 4th to 8th finishes, and then it was just gold, 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 silver, gold, gold. And they were just winning a load of things. And now they're kind of finding their place a bit better, and they need to work on their consistency.
Yeah.
You guys hit it out the gate pretty running, but EU is the most competitive it has ever been. Is this the hardest season it's been thus far? Because we're also going to be talking about the Swiss system and what you think of that. But has this been the hardest EU season so far?
EU's been the most competitive region for the past 4 years, every single season. And every single season, EU has been the most competitive. So obviously this season is going to be no different. But the competition is quite insane. But I don't care. I want that. The more competition, the more it motivates me. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm chewing on this. My bad. My bad.
That's right. Again, we said at the start, I will chop out any chewing.
Yeah. You'll chew it out.
Part of my job with this. Oh God, that's a pun, isn't it? But yeah, the new system. Then it's like, I mean, I'm casting it, and it's tiring, right? To be part of it and keep track of it. We are indeed RCS casters.
Oh, being a caster's so tiring. Oh man.
Oh, well, if you let me finish, people. My point is that just keeping up with it as a viewer / caster is tiring, right? There's a lot of it to see. So to actually be a player in part of this, I think that's something that I know that I underappreciated as a caster is that, say you're going into Series 5 of a Swiss. To me, I've sort of taken a couple of hours off. I've been watching, I've been eating, whatever, I've been chilling. But the players in that 2 hours might have lost 2 series in a row, right? You might have won the first 2, lost the second 2, then you got to completely wipe that away and dive into Series 5. Yeah. Is it, can you put it into words how difficult that must be?
Yeah, it's quite a challenge. I think online it's more a challenge online than at LAN, because at LAN you got more of that team spirit and you can sort of maybe go away and go outside and have a break, but yeah, online, I mean, if you went 2-0 and you're feeling on top of the world and you're like, guys, we're gonna do it, and then you lose 2 series and you're like, what? You feel like it's going out of your hands, so you gotta that's the whole point of being a pro player. You gotta have the right mentality, and I think you just gotta
have the stamina as well to not only sort of be able to think yourself out of that hole, to then perform to the ability to then get yourself out of that hole.
And that's why you gotta grind the game. I mean, pro players, I think you can play 2-3 hours a day. I mean, when there's tournaments that last longer than that, how are you gonna be able to cope, right? So.
And stay healthy too. If you're actually there getting physically exhausted and your hands are all sweaty and you're hungry and you're eating shit, then that's not going to be any good, is it?
Yeah, gamers would never do that, right? Hashtag hydrated gamer.
Hashtag healthy
gamer.
So proud.
I'm literally insanely healthy keto vegan.
Are you actually?
Are you vegan? No, you just ate a brownie and a cheese sandwich. Damn it.
Could be a vegan cheese sandwich and brownie.
What do you mean the vegans not eat brownies?
Well, no, but it's got egg in it, you know.
Oh!
And chocolate.
What?
What's chocolate?
Normally it's got milk in it for a brownie.
How is chocolate?
Bourneville.
It's chocolate.
Sorry, go on. How is chocolate? How is chocolate not vegan?
Yeah.
The milk in it, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just put vegan milk in it instead.
Almond milk. Or you can have dark chocolate, which is better chocolate.
Nah, it's not.
Bourneville chocolate,
that's good.
Bourneville's vegan.
Really?
Is it?
There you are.
I feel like I like Bourneville.
So you think dark chocolate is the best? What? You must be alright.
Dark chocolate is the best chocolate. White chocolate is shit. It's
it's
bad.
not. Why does
sugar,
why does it get
sugary
hated
tap,
so much?
But I like that.
It's sugary tat, And I appreciate Cole likes it for that, and I
Stuck-up
dislike it for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuck up.
No, how's that stuck up to say that white chocolate is for poor people? And then dark chocolate is like, that's top tier.
Dark
Really
chocolate
good.
is the best as like a topping, right? So if there's a little or chunks of it in a cookie, then dark chocolate, the amount of
agreed.
flavour that it has permeates well. But like biting into a bar is too much unless it's Bourneville. But I'm surprised that you're not anti-Bourneville because I was always of the impression that Bourneville was like fake dark chocolate because it's really sugary. Like it's not
It
as
is
dark
sugary,
as
yeah.
like your Lindt 80%. So I'm actually surprised to hear
No,
you
I like
say
Bourneville. I have like a
Bourneville's
square or
alright.
two.
That's how we handshake. That's our little, the
Yeah.
little
It's good for you as well. So
meme.
What, a couple of squares of chocolate?
yeah, dark chocolate's good.
Couple
for
of
you.
bars of chocolate.
Yeah. No, I'm a couple of squares kind of girl. I'm not into having an entire bar.
And
Okay.
3 bars.
You're a
Deep
nibbler.
hole.
You're a nibbler.
I'm a nibbler. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
that. I'm a bit of a nibbler.
Scrub, he's the person who literally will have like one sort of square of chocolate, put it in his fridge for like 6 months and go, oh, I forgot about that. And it frustrates me. I used to have mates that would have Easter eggs on their desk sort of 4 months after Easter. And I go around and I'd just be thinking, I'll eat that. If you don't want
Yeah,
it, just let me have it.
4 months. What the
Honestly,
plan
it
at?
just, it just
No.
lives there. That's,
just
not, that's
wait.
not an example
I've
of
got a
something, but I've
compulsive.
literally had mates
I've got a
that
compulsive
do
need
that.
to eat all my Easter eggs
Yes,
instantly.
me too.
Yeah.
Even if you're sick, even if you're throwing up into the
Yeah.
egg, just
No, but-
slurp it up and carry
A
on.
little bit of slurp juice.
I dislike how you agree with each other.
Yeah, me
I-
too.
Great minds think alike.
We're more alike than we realised.
Great minds, as Cole suggests, drinking vomit out of an Easter egg. But that's
Your
who
own
you've sided
vomit.
with.
It'd be weird if not.
That's very fair.
Well, it might be good for you. It might have health benefits.
There you go. Might be vegan.
Maybe what?
Yeah.
One little cube of vomit a day.
What are your 5 a day?
Is vomit vegan, Stumpy?
Is vomit vegan? Depends what's in it, right?
Well, exactly. Imagine there's a big
If
steak.
it's yours, I imagine it's fine. I've always thought this, right? Because there's a split in vegans where some of them will say they will eat honey, and some of them will say that they won't eat honey. And I didn't consider this.
It's like basic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so it's a product made from bee labor, essentially. But
that's
It's
our life
not-
purpose.
yeah, that's my thought. Like they just sort of do that. Like they just bomb about just doing that anyway.
But they don't use it, do they? That's a byproduct, right?
They use
honey?
it to like store things. They use it as like an energy source. Like if they get all desperate.
Oh,
Despy.
So that's not like a scientific word.
I thought that was like a scientific word.
Yeah, same.
No, it's yeah. So some people say like vegans can have honey and some are not. But I'm like, bees do it anyway. Like, don't have a go. Bees are making
No,
honey
no,
regardless.
no.
We don't need to worry about
They're
it.
doing their thing. They're having their fun.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing their
Why
thing.
hate on them, right?
Yeah. So, Scrub, I wanted to ask your opinion as well, just about the Swiss format compared to the previous RLCS format, where I think a few people were starting to have issues with the previous format, where it was 1 day a week, teams would play each other once, and that's it. That can decide a season, literally one match on the 1 day.
Yeah.
And in league play, and it can be a little bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
How do you like the Swiss system, if you do prefer it, compared to the old system?
Well, I think the Swiss system's probably better in every way, right? It's more matches for the viewers. It's more of it's bigger sample size, I guess you could say. So it's better judgment of who is actually the best.
Oh, you have been chatting to Greg, haven't you, saying sample size?
No, I need to tone this down, right? It's not a Rocket League Pros vocabulary, but yeah. I mean, the old system was good fun. Going on a Sunday, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like match day, like football match day, right? But yeah, the new system's probably better. It's probably more mentally taxing, but that's a good thing because it actually tests the players. But definitely takes some time to get used to as well. I think we're kind of getting used to that a bit. It's a bit weird, but I think it's better, 100%. I'm glad that Sonics are doing that.
We've been blessed by more than just the RLCSX regional players as well, because we also have the grid that we're getting to. But also, I want to briefly touch on the field, because you are in good form at the moment, young man. Because yesterday, you tweeted, beat Dig 3-1 in the field.
well done.
For some reason, whenever we stream field, we lose.
Yeah.
But let's pop off in
Right,
grid and
right,
RLCS this week.
you beat
So,
them.
how proud were you of that massive field victory over Dignitas?
That's really big, Kyle. Well
I
done.
know you
man.
guys are digging into me, right? But Stumpy's tweet game is like a 0.3 out of 10.
You always have a go at my
your
Twitter.
takes.
We
You
can
have
get
the
to
worst
that.
takes I've ever heard. Like,
Right, defend
Some
yourself and then
yeah,
attack
exactly,
me.
exactly.
right, fine. Right. Yeah, the best offense is defense, right? But
Go on.
you know, I wouldn't. The only reason I tweeted is just because it's Dig, right? And I enjoy beating Dig. If I do say so myself, I enjoy beating Panda. So that's a...
Panda's reply was so funny. He just said, "Wow, amazing, keep it going."
Was that Panda?
That was Panda, yeah.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah, pandas used to listen to me. So.
You're just making enemies.
Nah, but okay. Maybe I shouldn't have tweeted it, right?
I loved it.
Is it bad that I'm proud? You know, I'm not allowed to be proud anymore.
Do it again. Double down.
Okay,
double down.
Even when we beat Dig in Scrims, I'll be like, we beat Dig in Scrims.
Genuinely.
Verge was annoyed. He left.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, Scrub, pose next to it. I want 2 thumbs up next to the screen.
Oh, next
that
to the
says
monitor.
Guild 3, Dignitas 2, or whatever.
Yeah.
You beat them in 1 game in scrims.
Who's that guy on Twitter who tags all the pro players whenever he beats them? Have you seen him? Oh, I can't remember his name.
I don't know specifically.
I think he's like a North American guy, and he'll like get in like a ranked match with like, I don't know, like AXB and whoever. And then afterwards, it'll be like
really
it'll be like a 2-1. It's not even like a good game.
Yeah.
And he's like bottom of the scoreboard by like 300 points. And he'll tweet and at them and say, "GG's at AXB, really good match." And they'll just reply, just saying, "Stop tweeting me, go away."
I know. It's a bit weird, but I guess you could say Matthew is a bit strange. But I'm just
honestly,
it was funny. I really enjoyed it.
I'm not gonna lie, right? Since we've been at boot camp, I don't think I've won a single game of field on stream. I must have lost like 8 series in a row on stream, and I think we've actually won like every single series off stream except from 1. So that's some really weird like curse I've got.
What do you think of Field? Because it's content for you as well, where there's no casters for it, which is great from a player perspective because you can just stream it out. Great for your viewers, great for your fan base. Have you enjoyed being part of it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm really glad that what are they called again? TP
Psionics.
No, the
Rocket League.
The people that are running it.
Rival.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Rival Esports.
Rival Esports. Okay, I thought they were called something else, but right. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent right now. Yeah, I mean, I think it's sick. I really enjoy playing it. It's something different from scrims. Like, it's a bit more competitive than scrims, so you get a bit more into it, I would say. So yeah, I love it, and it's really good practice. I actually prefer it over 6-mans because you're actually playing with your team.
I mean, whenever I've sort of spoken about it, I've basically called it paid scrims.
Yeah.
Because in the end, you get a bit of money. It's not much, but like obviously compared to sort of the big RCS X prize pool, which is huge, it's unbelievable. But you get to play teams that you like, and you pick teams that you want to play. You just say, "Hey, Dig, I'll wager against you." How does that work?
So you go in I've never actually queued before, but you have to go into the Discord server and just queue, and there'll be like loads of people in queue, and it just randomly matches you, so you can't choose. It's a bit like the 6-man system, right?
Yeah.
But I think with scrims is like if you're gonna play 7 or 8 games for an hour non-stop, sometimes it feels a little bit like there's not a point to it. There's not like a end goal. It's what I mean. It's hard.
That motivation.
Yeah,
I need to win.
It's a best of 5. You know exactly what you came here to do. So you got that really clear goal in sight. I think that can certainly help you improve maybe quicker. So I really.
What I love as well is that I'm looking at the results at the moment. Vitality have played 16 games. They're on top. Liquid have played 12. You got Monkeys that have played 14. So basically, the teams that we already know and love that are at the top have played a lot of games. And then I'm looking at Venk Gaming, a team that are trying to break into that top 10, right? They've played 3, won 1, lost 2. And I've got to say that frustrates me a bit because these are some people who could gain some massive experience regularly playing. They could come up against Vitality and suddenly they've got, maybe they lose 3 or maybe they get smashed, but they've got those replays to look through and that will really help them next time they're in the LCSX. So I do feel that even in EU, there are teams, and I'm not just picking on Venks, there are others, but there are teams that aren't making the most of this. And in NA as well, like there's hardly any games compared to Rogue haven't played any. Rogue 0-0. I love Rogue, and that annoys me.
It's
unless there's a reason
they've
that
also got Astronauts.
That's like every 2 weeks.
So they've got other tournaments that go on.
God damn AJ, right? Wait, does AJ play for Rogue?
No, AJ plays for the Peaks.
Oh my god.
We've actually played the most and won every game, so
good lad AJ.
Exactly, is what you're getting at. But yeah,
AJ.
I don't want to call out any team in particular. Sorry, Venk. But it bugs me a little bit as somebody sort of on the outside looking in. And I guess you're thinking, thank God for that, Scrub, because you're quite happy with them not improving, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I agree. And it's not really just the field; it's just Rocket League as a whole. I think most pros are just kind kind of a lot of them are a bit lazy, and that's just been the theme of Rocket League over the past few years. I mean, like some of the, some pros really do grind. I mean, like Fairy, that guy's always playing, right? But
Yeah.
People just don't play enough, and we're having like a debate on Twitter. My teammate Noli and like Ronicky, and Ronicky was like, he only plays like 2 to 3 hours a day, and that's not gonna do him any. If you watch Ronicky, right, you see how many shots that he misses. If he just played the game, his team would do. His team would do a lot better, if he played more. So that's what it comes. That's what it comes down to, practicing.
This all links back into my whole thing that if any pro, and I've always said that Fruity is my golden boy, but you, Scrub, you're also my golden boy because
Why
you're
Fruity?
a streamer.
He's an old man. What do you mean golden boy?
Streamer.
Because we're old men too.
Oh,
What about streaming?
sorry.
We're also old, yeah. We're like 10 years older than you. So
Not as old as Fruity,
sit
though.
down.
That guy's like 34.
I'm literally older.
I'm older.
Cole's
and
in
I'm
his
older
late
than
20s.
Stumpy.
Let's mock him for that later.
God.
Cole's 27.
Yeah. Well, what about your Twitter game, Stumpy? Let's get to that.
No, Cole, I'll skip past my Twitter game. So, right, what I was going to say is about the a load of pros. I've said it a lot on this podcast. Pros, if you have the internet to do so, and you want to have fans, stream.
Oh yeah.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, the fact that Rocket League pros don't stream as much as they should do infuriates me to no end. You're up there, Scrub. You
Thank
get
you.
full bloody marks
Yeah.
because you're at your team. You're at your Airbnb. You're at Belong and you're streaming.
Gonna do a stream
Fruity.
challenge when I get home against Jesse. So
Exactly. Like even
I mean-
Jesse's streaming. Like it's ridiculous. That
I mean-
everybody. Oh.
If you want to have longevity, you want to actually have a career. It's
Exactly.
literally a dream come true, right? You get to sit and play games all day, and it's like these people think that they can just play a couple hours a day for like a year or two, make some money like off tournaments, and then you may as well just.
A real job.
I mean, you may as well give everything you've got, and then
Then cast. There's one more team that I do want to mention though. I was having a look at the teams at the top who have played more games, sort of leaning into the fact that the more you play, the better you get.
Is it true?
At the bottom, you've got Chalked 2 and 20, and I
Go on.
adore them for that because
I
we
love
casted
that.
a Chalked game. We casted Chalked versus Solary, and they played such an expansive form of Rocket League. They were pre-jumping, they were going for dumb flip resets, and they had no business going for. Chalked are exactly what I want for a team that
They have
is
played
sort
the
of
most matches.
so
haven't
Yeah,
who did Chalk
they
beat?
have.
Who-
in the field. Good question.
yeah, I'm wondering.
Let's have a look at
I think Barcelona actually. That's my
Really?
shout. I think.
Well,
I
they
saw
lost to
beat
Singularity.
Barca.
Let's go to the results, right? So they lost to Singularity.
Oh, I was wrong.
They beat Libertas. They lost to
Oh, they did.
Oxygen.
They beat Barca.
So
And
they
they
beat
beat
Libertas
Barca.
and Barca. I don't know who plays
Yeah.
for Libertas. Who plays for that team?
That's
Coached
that
by
is
Duck
Rick's Ronde.
Moriarty.
Oh,
Rick's
they
Ronde,
lost to Rex.
Mike Boy and Rizex.
Oh, they beat Rex. I mean, yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
that's expected.
One of their two.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've played 22 series. The next
Respect,
closest is Oxygen.
respect.
I love it. That is respect,
21.
isn't it? You got to respect that, genuinely.
There is respect.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, so we're all loving the field. And then the sort of the interim tournament, the grid that's also going on in between the field and the RLCX regional. The grid is an amazing format. First of all, I love it from our perspective. We get to cast Endpoint. All of the different teams have got their own streamers and like content creators that are doing their own thing. G2 have got Athena and Orb, for example, and Guild has Shogun. Right, Scrub, I don't know if you know this, but we've got an agreement with Shogun where whoever wins, whenever Endpoint and Guild play each other, we can ring up the other one on our mobile phones, on our mobile telephones, and gloat.
Wait, are you casting endpoints games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I've got some bad news to break to you. There's supposed to be some kind of like rivalry between us and Endpoint. I think we're on like
And there is.
at this point we're on like an 8-win streak against them in competitive games. So
Oh, mate, you wait until we
what
beat
kind
you.
of rivalry is this? It's sort of like football teams.
It's like Scotland's rivalry of England, really, isn't it?
Okay then.
Yeah, you take that seriously, so we take this one seriously.
I was gonna ask, can you lose, please, next time?
Can
you lose?
No, actually,
Ooh.
for a cash payment of only 5 figures, I'll be willing to change.
Five
Okay,
figures.
all zeros deal.
I don't accept bribes. I'm joking.
You said it to a police officer. It's like, what? That doesn't matter.
It's just a joke.
Just a
It's a
joke.
joke.
Just a joke. XD.
So you're not going to lose so we can call Shogun up and gloat to him?
No.
You don't want to see Shogun
You guys
sad?
keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. It's what's endpoint?
The team that's going to beat you, because we're against you tomorrow.
No, we'll smash them.
We beat you in game 1 last week. Let me remind you.
Yeah.
Versus expendable RLCS player like.
Why is that?
Because he just
What? Yeah, go on.
he just goes
Back
for
up.
demos all game. Like, what's he gonna achieve doing that? It's staying in
My
the
nan
opponent's
could
hand.
tell you that. Why is he expendable? What's up with him?
His tweet game as well. This is like you, Stumpy. It's like the tweet game is just shocking. Like these people that like
He asks questions.
they've like they've a shower thought and they have to like, hey guys, what do you think about the flag in my room? How cool does it look? Like.
You've always had a problem with my tweet game.
Yeah.
Every time I come in your chat, you always say how much you dislike it.
Yeah, I've just got a grudge against Stumpy. Hashtag Team Cole.
Hey,
I never thought
End
that
the
you would
podcast
team up
now.
with Cole over me.
I'm actually siding with a ginger. That's
Yeah, you're siding with a late 20s balding ginger. That's where you're at
I'm
in
not
your
balding,
life.
man. My hairline's fine.
What do you think of his hairline, Scrub?
It's not going well, is it? It's
not going
going to have a
well.
little back. Is there a back post rotation right now or something?
It's chilling behind.
Some back scalp rotation. It's working its way back there.
Back
I need
scalp
Virtuoso to
rotation.
go for a demo about here and about here.
You respawn it. Yeah,
I do.
Oh, God. All right, so that's enough about the RLCS, Scrub. I would like to play a game with you and Cole. All right, have you got the Google Doc open? Because you need it open for this game.
Yes, I've got open buys. I'm prepared. I know I'm very prepared.
Good. Okay. So, it's on page. I think it's 3. Page 3. Right. So, it's time for. That's a weird place to listen from.
Oh, that is, to be fair.
So this is a game, Scrub, where I find a place that somebody has listened to the previous podcast from, and then make a little quiz out of it.
Okay.
So previously we've had like a place called Rune.
Honolulu.
Yeah, there's like Rune, and there's like another place in America. Loads of weird places where there's literally one listener.
So Americans watch your podcast. Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
all
it's
over the
crazy.
place.
The Yanks.
Not everywhere.
Not bad.
It's the highest percentage. And I normally pick a place that's got literally one listener, just to really freak that person out. And
yeah.
our place this week is, I don't know how to say it, Pinole.
Pinole.
Pinole, California.
Okay.
Pinole, California is a prosperous agricultural city in Western California, and Pinoleans are known for their maize production and their impressive wheat flour output.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on Pinole so far, guys? You liking
It
it?
sounds pretty good. It sounds like a nice little city. Probably,
The name sounds like a sort of old blokey way of saying like to have a drink. Like, oh, get that down your Pinole, son. Do you know what I mean? And like, down your pint.
Yeah.
Is that what you'd say in
yeah.
your late 20s?
I can see
Not
that.
getting it down my Pinole.
Get it down your Pinole, son.
An old man like
So,
you.
Yeah, exactly.
The way this game works is there are 2 truths and a lie. So, 2 of the following statements I'm going to say, and these are now accompanied by pictures, by the way. I've put pictures in the Google Doc.
Only 2.
2 of them will be true, and then 1 of them will be false.
Okay.
And you have to identify which one is which. You guys can discuss it. When you each of you has got your correct answer, the one that you think is a lie, let me know. Let's discuss it all, and then I'll read them all out.
Wait,
Sure,
so we need
sure.
to, before we go into the specifics, we need to decide what we teased earlier, where Scrub, you get the choice of, are you on your old pal Cole's team? And we've achieved some great results together. I think we won a ranked 2v2 once at the start of Rocket League.
Yeah, and I was giggling like a maniac in Discord.
Or do you dare go against me? Because I'm pretty good at this. I think I'm 3-1. Am I Stumpy? Something like that?
I don't know. You lost to Metsonoras.
I didn't though. I beat him.
I used to be a 1v1 main, but I realised that teamwork makes a dream work. So, with that being said, I'm going
Let's
against.
do
I'm going
this.
against you.
No! Yes! You've done me. I believe.
You've been mugged there. Like
I have.
I've been
done.
leading you on the entire podcast. I've been tricking you.
Right in
God.
the pinhole. Ow.
Ouch.
Cole's got no trust left.
Little plot twist there. You like that one, right?
The grand prize for getting it correct, so identifying the lie, there isn't one, but you get a bit of pride probably.
Okay.
So,
Prestige.
Grand prides.
The prestige
yeah, a bit
of
of
being
prestige,
right
yeah.
on the podcast.
So I'm going to read out the 3 following facts. Wink, one of them's a lie, and you're going to have to tell me which one is the lie.
Stop winking.
The first one, I wish I could. First one is, in the year of 1878, travellers from neighbouring settlements would visit Pinole to enjoy their active waterfront.
What's our waterfront? Is that a stupid
So break
question?
that down. So Waterfront. It's
the front of the
Plants
water.
and that.
just like a big body of water, like a river.
Oh,
or
yeah,
like a big
yeah,
lake, or
okay.
like a reservoir.
Okay.
And like there's it's like
Presumably
attractions
there
and
were
stuff
pretty
like that.
daisies. Or
What
something.
does active waterfront mean? Does that mean the water's alive? What does active mean?
It's just what it said.
Okay.
But let's figure out, right? Let's figure out between ourselves. Some people.
You said figure it out, and now you're like dodging the question.
I think what it means is that the waves brush onto the shore, and that means that there's daisies coming in because of all the nutrients that are brought over from the river. I reckon it's a geological term or something.
I took it to mean bustling.
like a baby bus.
So there were people there, and there were like hot dog stands and whatever they did in 1878.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, well,
So
first off, it says a city's in Western California, so obviously the West, you think would assume would be closer to the sea, right? So if you were thinking that it's west enough that it's at the waterfront, then that could be an inclination that it's true. But maybe it's west, but it's inland, and it's actually a little try to mislead you. That's
maybe. Bear in mind, just as a quick heads up, California is bloody massive. Just as a state, it is gigantic.
Bigger than the UK.
It is. So the second statement is, there is a rare plant that lives exclusively in Northern California called the Santa Cruz tarweed, and Pinole is one of the places that this plant lives. Now, I've attached a picture of said plant, of the Santa Cruz tarweed. How would you describe that, Scrub? What do you reckon it looks like?
It looks a bit like a daffodil, right? Is that what daffodil?
I suppose so.
Yeah, a little bit,
It's
right?
yellow.
Yeah. So I've never seen one of those in my life, but the thing
You've been to Northern California?
Yeah, I think it's quite ugly. Like, it's not got much personality. It's just like round. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm right here. You don't have to, at me next.
Yeah,
time.
but that's yellow. You're orange, so
That's true.
Okay. The third statement is, founded in 1823, Pinole was the inspiration for the town of Armadillo in Red Dead Redemption 1. And I've attached a picture of Pinole in around 1820. I guess like 1800s or whatever. But like that.
I'm gonna trust you here. Then I'm gonna believe you.
So you can see it says street scene, Pinole, California.
Yeah, right.
Unless you've added that yourself.
Yeah, unless you put painting like typed in.
Just quickly, before we move on, something, can I just confirm, because you say in the year of 1878 and you say in 1823, the lies about any of these aren't just the fact that you've changed 1877 to 1878.
Correct.
And that's why this one's a lie. One of these is made up. You've actually...
One of these is straight up incorrect. Yeah.
Right,
and Cole, to confirm to you as well, because I don't think you play Red Dead 1, Armadillo is a town in Red Dead 1.
Okay, that's a given.
Just as a thing, because I presume you wouldn't know.
Got ya.
So, how are you guys feeling? Which one are you feeling might be the lie?
I made a bit of a deduction here, so there's...
Okay.
So, first off, I think the second one, I don't know where Santa Cruz actually is. Okay. And it says, the problem is it says Northern California, and it's like city in Western California. This is a little, like, problem I'm noticing here, but I'm going to assume the second one is true, right? Just for now. But there's a problem with the first and third, right? Like it says they would visit Pinole to enjoy the active waterfront. Like, wouldn't the neighbouring settlements also be on the coastline? Or like, I guess it could be a little bit inland, right? But it's weird.
Could be on the other side. It could be towards the land though, and they go outwards.
True, but the photo at the bottom doesn't look like it's beside the sea. It looks like it's in the middle of the desert, right? Is that a fair judgment? I don't know.
That's why they were so desperate to see some bloody water. They haven't had a drink in 15 years.
Yeah.
It flows by itself over.
How would you describe what Pinole looks like in that picture?
Looks like any like western from that era, right? That's like, what's it, the cowboys and stuff? Is that past that era? 1823? I don't know.
Yeah, around then. That's a little bit later, as far as I can remember, than like Red Dead 2 was set.
Yeah, it looks like the Good, the Bad and Ugly, right? Something like that. So, yeah.
That picture's got like telephone lines though, so that picture will be later. That looks like a 1900s sort of picture, if it's got some sort of electricity pylon thing.
Okay. So, you notice a little problem there then, eh?
Yeah.
That's strange.
How are we doing this then, Captain Stumpy? Are we just chucking one out each, or are we gonna...
Yeah, so, you Scrub has decided that you're against each other. So I reckon, Scrub, I'd like you to identify the lie first, and then Cole, you'll identify which one you think is lie. You can agree or you can disagree, and then I will read the two truths.
All right. So I'm my heart is telling me, my gut is telling me, the lie is going to be, in the year of 1878, travelers from neighbouring settlements would visit Pinole to enjoy their active waterfront. I think.
Okay.
She looks a bit fishy to me. So
that one is the scrub line.
looks like someone Stumpy would write on his Twitter, so you know.
I tweet that.
yeah.
Did you
the
know?
same guff like that, you know.
If it is that, you've got to tweet that with no context.
Yeah.
Until this comes out. I
Please
really hope
do
you're
it.
right now, Scrub.
Please.
Okay, Cole, what are you thinking?
Which one do I think? So, obviously, my eye is drawn straight away to Red Dead Redemption 1 because Red Dead is a game that you love that I'm not that into. So the fact that you'd have put that there as coal bait. So my question is, are the odds correct and that one is true? Now, these sorts of weird coincidences always seem to happen with you, and I always fall for them. So I'm going to say that the third one is true, the Red Dead Redemption one, and I think my fake one is that the rare plant lives exclusively in Northern Carolina called the Santa Cruz tarweed, lives in Pinole as one of the few places.
That is coal lime. Okay, so, Scrub, you reckon that it's a lie that the active waterfront, and Cole, you reckon that the plant is the lie.
Yep.
So I'll read out my first truth.
Okay.
My first truth is there is a rare plant that lives exclusively in Northern California called the Santa Cruz tarweed, and Pinole is one of the places this plant lives. That is true.
Loser!
It's a very boring looking plant. I will fully agree. I cropped that picture because they included loads of stem. Okay, so right, that's true, that one. So now we're between the neighbouring settlements visiting Pinole to enjoy the active waterfront, or the town of Pinole was the inspiration for Armadillo and Red Dead 1.
If Scrub's right, you've got to tweet it, Stumpy.
The lie is
Come on.
founded in 1823.
Yes!
Pinole was the inspiration for the town of Armadillo in Red Dead Redemption 1. That is the lie. Scrub identified the truth. He said that the truth was a lie. Cole, you cheered and you cheered prematurely.
I did cheer really prematurely. It took me a second to work it out.
I'll fool both of you because Pinole did somehow have an active waterfront that people would come and visit. That was like their main attraction.
Whatever that is.
That is lame.
Yeah, it's mad that. And then, that is an actual picture of Pinole, and it was not the inspiration for the town of Armadillo at all.
Did you know that I'd identify that was a Stumpy thing and a cold
I
thing?
genuinely just looked at that picture and thought, no, that's like Red Dead. I just wrote it.
You didn't even double bluff me. You didn't even
try.
bother bluffing me. That hurts.
He's
even
not
more.
that smart, you know. He's
Lack of a bluff.
You know when you play against like idiots in Rocket League, you can't fake them because they don't know the concept of
You
a
champ
fake.
3 faked me.
Yeah.
It's a good fake though. So Cole, that's one of your, admittedly, one of your first losses on this show. And Scrub, you're 0-1 now on. That's a weird place to listen from.
No, it is, to be fair.
That's probably one of the first losses of my life, so you know. So not
I reckon, mate, if you come back on her at some point and you win, you can tweet out saying that you won, and you can be very proud of it, and I'll reply saying, "Wow,
yeah,
amazing work,
well
keep
done,
it up."
Scrub."
Thanks for playing with that, Scrub. That was good. That.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me to your game show.
That's all right, mate. Don't worry. To finish off this episode of the SubPar Poddy C, we have got a lot of questions.
Yeah, this is a fun part. The fun part.
Yeah, from Twitter and Reddit. We're going to go through. They're not going to be quick fire. But we'll see how we do. So these are all submitted by people who replied to our tweet and also replied on the Reddit thread on the Rocket League Esports subreddit when we asked for questions for Scrub. And to kick things off, if you could be on a team with any 2 players for RLCS, what players would they be? And you cannot pick Tho or Nolly. That is from Galaxy RL.
Well, you know, this is a great question. I can say from EU and NA.
Yeah.
I think from Europe. I mean, I'm probably going to say Kate Up or Fairy. That sounds bad, right? So yeah, from NA, from NA, probably playing with Garrett would be quite a dream, and Squishy. So Garrett and Squishy.
Okay.
Replacing Justin.
Sorry, Justin.
Bye, Justin.
Later,
Bye,
Justin.
Alpha.
I think you're forming a new super team there. There's going to be one more third that gets kicked, like Astral or something, and they'll just go and flip reset everyone.
Yeah.
If you had to make a 3v3 team to represent Scotland, who would you team up with? From user Kylo Q.
Oh, well, those Scotland players are wash. We used to have Mystic and Mark, right? And like back in the day, probably could have been like one of the best teams in the world.
Scotland was always the powerhouse back in the day.
Yeah,
Like, it was always the
honestly,
country that people thought would win like the World Cup. And
before
stuff.
there were any actual events, and then when one happened, we lost. So, but anyway, yeah, when Mark was actually good at the game and Mystic was actually good at the game, but do you actually know any Scottish players? I think Boyo Royo, like. Imagine Boyo Royo comes like Meadow, I shoot a top corner.
Got it. Very safe from
Right,
the
listen, let me read you, before we get too carried away with doing a Boy Aurora impression, which is fun, let me read some Scottish players. Calzafy, Clean.
Calzify, I know him.
Calzify, Clean, Epic Toasty,
My
Epic
God.
Toasty.
Oh God.
Fever,
Huh?
Meeps,
Who?
Meeps. Oh, I've not heard that name in
he's
years.
a Sart boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Raffro,
Nah.
Ryan Booby,
Booby.
Scrubkilla, Shots and Sprat.
Which one of them, mate? Isn't
Pick
Sprat
two.
a little fish?
I think I play against Shots and ranked, so I guess I'd pick Shot. What about Muri? I'll pick Muri probably. Because you know Scottish, right? Muri is Scottish.
I don't know who you're saying.
Pulse Muri. You don't know Muri?
Oh,
don't.
yeah,
The guy that does
Oh,
it. Yeah,
right,
Miracle. The guy that
Yeah,
does all the
okay, I don't know
pogos.
then.
yeah, he's mad.
I thought it was Muri Icicles.
It might be. I've always said Miracles.
I'm pretty sure it's miracles, but at the same time, I'm an idiot and can't say Yoras, so who knows?
It's Jory's, not yours.
Jory is.
He's literally confirmed that it's Yoras.
The thing is, but also as
He's
well, there's-
confirmed. He's confirmed like 4 different names.
on
like,
the
you can
endpoint
say anything at this
broadcast,
point.
Stumpy keeps saying Yora's first, and then all I can do is repeat after him. Because if I say a different thing to you, it's weird. So I just have to basically follow your lead. That's all I can do. You painted me into a corner in the last couple of endpoint broadcasts.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, because I've had it. The thing is, literally nobody should care. Like Yoras has said, you can say Yoras, you can say Jories, you can do whatever the fuck. you want.
Come on. If someone said Stumpy Gablin, it would kind of.
I'd be happy that somebody was talking about me.
That's a great name for you, Stumpy Gablin.
Stumpy Goblin.
Stumpy Gablin. I don't know. I think that would kind of tick me off a bit. I mean, you know how the cast they used to call Maestro, and that really ticked me off. Like
Did they?
Maestro.
But Maestro is a word in its own right, isn't it? Like you have like a mechanical maestro or whatever, like in Rocket League you would, or. What are you hitting yourself for? You're saying that's you?
You're a maestro.
Yeah.
Got ya.
I'm not a maestro. I'm the maestro.
You heard a nice word, and you were like, "I'll have the nice word. Please use it about me,
nice word.
please."
Okay, next question. I think I already. You're gonna sneeze. You're right. You can sneeze if you want, huh?
No, it wasn't. It was just
Oh, Gregan's there.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
I
sorry,
see.
I didn't.
Beautiful.
Oh god, I thought you were gonna sneeze, and you were holding. I hate when people hold in sneezes. I always feel
bad.
terrible for them, because I'm like, that would kill a pug.
I enjoy sneezing though. It's a good pastime.
I love a sneeze.
Yeah, it's a good
Oh.
pastime. When I was
Can
younger,
you-
this is how you know I got problems, right? When I was younger, right, I was in the bath. I used to go underwater the side, and I would make myself sneeze over and over. I'd like put the water, and I'd like submerge myself, and I'd just achoo, and I'd be like Just,
Your
you know.
dad must have been like, if this kid doesn't make it as a gamer, he is gonna not make it as much.
Yeah,
I better let him
he's-
play SubPar more than on Fridays.
Yeah, I know, right? He's gonna be lost. He's gonna be like in some bin shoot, like.
Oh my god, you just lie in the bath and just repeatedly drown yourself, so then you'd sneeze.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh god, right, okay. Okay, right. Next question. From BowieFat95. I think I already know the answer, but what felt better? Winning the first 12 Titans, second 12 Titans, or RLCS Season 7?
That's quite an easy question, isn't it? Obviously, RLCS Season 7, but to add to that, literally as soon as I went RLCS Season 7, right, like even like 20 minutes after, I thought, well, I know it's gonna feel better the next time. Like I was like, well, this just feels kind of good, but it felt really good. Like it did feel good, but it's gonna.
And they're bragging with you
I think
as
it's gonna
well.
feel much better the second time, so I'm looking forward to that.
When that happens, when you beat Dig in the final and you can do a little tweet.
Yeah, when I can laugh at Panda. So yeah.
Just copy and paste that tweet and post it when you beat them.
Yeah.
Or quote retweet it, and then in the quote just say, "Can I tweet about this one?" at Violent Panda. Smiley face.
A nice little petty World Championship winning tweet. That's what I'll do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Love it.
Which pros from the early days do you think would still be playing at the top level if they didn't retire or move on from the game so soon? From @Geigs7.
Well, you know, I guess you can say that question. It could be literally anyone because it's all about the time you put in. But I'd say Mark, I thought Mark was always a great player. Like Mike Rose as well, you know. But like, I thought Mike Rose was like the first guy who was actually good at shooting and stuff. Like I think his playstyle is actually quite, like in a weird way ahead of its time. I don't know why.
Quite passy, wasn't it? If I recall.
Yeah, quite grounded in his stuff, and I liked the way he played. Honestly, I remember Remco's probably the best player in the world that didn't play Sarb for a while. So I think if Remco actually played the game, then he'd be one of the top players. But doesn't really like the game, so fair play.
He's currently running 2 and 20 in the field.
Yeah, so yeah.
He's giving it a shot.
Giving it a shot.
As a young prodigy in the RL scene who has since gone on to win RLCS, who do you see as the next breakout star, just waiting to be old enough to compete? From Jacob P. Hansen.
I thought getting called a prodigy because, what do you say, I'm natural talent. I'm not. I don't know. I just played it since I was young, right? But
that's another Gregan thing.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh, Gregan, talent doesn't exist.
Talent doesn't exist.
He has any individuality. He's not.
Yeah. Talent doesn't exist for Gregan.
Exactly. Fun doesn't exist.
So as a young person who was good at Rocket League after lots of hard work in the Rocket League scene, who's the next breakout star, do you reckon?
From EU, I think Archie's really good. I quite rate Archie a lot. I think he's a really impressive player. Yeah, I'll go for Archie from EU. I think like people like Jory's and Itachi as well, but I think they're a bit older actually. And I think Jory's 15.
I think he was 15 when he signed with Dignitas. I don't know if he still is. He might have. I know. They're so young. It's crazy, isn't it?
I think Archie maybe. No,
he's still 15. He was born in 2005.
Yeah. I mean these young whippersnappers, right, guys? Right, mate.
Shut up.
Yeah. How old are you now, Scrub? I mean, I could just search it.
17.
You're 17. Okay.
17 and a half. So.
You're still young enough to put halves in there. I'm 25 and a half, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
Cole, you're late 20s, aren't you?
I'm fresh 27. I'm a new 27-year-old.
By the time I'm in my prime, Cole's going to be an old, receding, balding man. So.
Yeah, because you're in your prime now.
No, 17's not your prime. I think 20. Like
it's
20,
for you, mate.
20. It's for you.
Yeah, it's for you, mate. You've already peaked. You've already won once. You've had your fill.
I'm a late. What do you mean? I'm a late bloomer. I've barely even started. You know.
Scrub, at RLCS Season 1 LAN, do you remember sneaking a few donuts from a guy you were sitting next to while your dad was away in the washroom? I hope you enjoyed them. From @Platimus Prime.
Yeah, I do. I swear my dad was there though. I swear he gave my dad donuts as well. But yeah, those are the Krispy Kreme. Those are some really nice donuts. So
Ooh, they're proper.
They're good, man. They're good. So shout out to that guy. Were you at Season 1?
No, we weren't.
No,
we were at Season 2.
You weren't at Season 1?
Nah, man.
What are you playing at?
Cole didn't watch Season 1.
No, I didn't. Stumpy told me about it on the first ever SubPar in HD podcast. That was
episode number 1.
That was such a
one.
great time. But it was a great land. Everyone met each other for the first time. It was great.
It sounds really cool. Really like just the whole concept.
You sure went to Season 1 to be fair. I didn't go to Season 2 though. So
yeah, that was the best one so far. I think. After Spy was. You wouldn't have got in.
Can't imagine missing that.
Definitely not.
Joke's on you, mate.
Can we finally get an answer to the gamer tag? Are you the killer of scrubs or a scrub that kills? From user Commando SND TV.
Good question.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. It depends on what you look at, but I'm anything but a scrub. I'm a mop. So.
Are you not giving us the answer?
Let me come to it. God, give me some
sorry.
time. Yes, I'm a.
No, there's two options. You can't just say yes.
I'm an in-game serial killer. So
you're a killer of scrubs.
Yes. And I kill so many scrubs every day. Like, it's my job, right? So.
What is your daily H2O intake, and what would Gregan like it to be? From @Jacob P. Hansen.
It's a great question. Just getting some water right now.
I'll join you.
You know,
cheers.
I think I'm in RLCS Season 8. Final day of RLCS Season 8. I must have drank like 2 liters of water on the stage when I'm playing. So like, on game days, you know, we're popping off. We're going 3-4 liters. You know, we're going for that. Low salt levels until you die, you know. So yeah, but nah, I don't drink crazy amounts of water at home. I drink normally I drink quite a lot of tea, but I've not drank that much tea recently. I got you right. Do you guys know a really good drink? Have you had Calypso before?
Calypso?
Yeah.
Not a Calippo.
Like orange juice.
No, it's like there's loads of different flavors. Like lemonade. It's like Google Calypso drink, and it's a bit of a rip off. It's £3 per bottle, but
what?
It's like,
yes. Right. I've had it. It's in the glass bottle.
Yeah.
And I've had the grape one, and it was incredible. I love grape drinks in general.
It's got such an authentic taste. It's like, oh my!
Does.
Once you get an addiction, it's like it hits a spot. It really does.
I've only ever found one shop that sells it, and it's where I used to live. And I literally found it on the day that I moved out.
There's loads of different flavors, like lemonade. Like there's this southern peach, the southern peach lemonade. Oh my god!
The closest thing I can imagine that's similar is like when you get a burrito from a Mexican place, and they have sort of Mexican style sort of drinks, like very sugary, very colourful. Is it similar to that? Because you sort of nodded something here. Would you say they're similar?
Similar, like sort of style in that they're sort of quite syrupy and sweet, but they're just I've only had the grape one, and the grape one was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Like really good, like next level.
Oh yeah.
So there's not enough grape drinks in the UK. They just don't do them. But I mean, that's one thing that America does well. The only thing I would say. The next question from @NNPWA: Why were you born Scottish?
Well, that's I'm the way I am, right? But I wouldn't choose any other way. Scotland's not only my favourite country, but the greatest country in the world.
England number 2. Good on you.
Number 200.
We'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take that. You bumped yourself down the list.
The most picturesque country, the most beautiful scenery, the most
warm,
beautiful personalities.
Lovely looking people, probably.
Lots of gingers.
Yeah. That's true. There's quite a lot of gingers.
Has that just pulled you away from backing Scotland as much as you have been?
It's a bit of a con there, but it's you live with it. We live with it, right? But yeah, I love being Scottish and representing Scotland in Rocket League. Got to win another one for my country.
You and Meeps and
Sprat,
Miracles and Epic Toasty.
O'Neill.
Boyo. O'Neill wasn't even on that list. How harsh is that?
No, why is Meeps on it but not O'Neill?
That is harsh.
Ridiculous.
That's mean.
Okay, this question is from user Mad Alex, and there's another secondary question that I'll add to the end as well. What do you think high-level Rocket League will look like in 2 to 3 years? What mechanics will become more common, and what will the meta look like compared to now? And before you answer, the thing that I want to add as well is that Speed has said that Cooksir has a brand new mechanic up his sleeve. Do you back Cooksir to have come up with something?
Well, obviously I do back Cooksir to come up with a new mechanic. The guy's in free play all day, so I don't know what the new mechanic is. It could be. If I'm going to make a guess, it's probably going to be some weird flick, I think. I think flicks are the thing that got the most potential in the game right now, but answering the question, what this game will look like in 2-3 years, it's kind of it's a bit impossible for me to predict that, because if I can see the game in the future, I'll play the game in the future, you know? But, people think the skill ceiling's almost been reached, but of course it's not. The game's got infinite potential. Like, this game literally got infinite potential, so... I think the game in 2 years, people missing the ball quite a lot right now, especially in ranked and stuff. People keep missing, even at 2K MMR, people miss the ball. So I think just the consistency, I literally never miss, and I think people are gonna be really fast. It's gonna be a game of like demos and like resource grabbing, because like I think I'll get to the point where people are gonna be so good in defense that if you want to score on them, you're gonna have to create some insane play, right? So you can't really score just like by shooting or something. So you kind of have to go for more boost grabs and demos. So I think the demo meta is gonna continue, but
so more demos.
Yeah, I think if you watch that Jory's 1v1 against Astral and the Johnny, did you see that Jory's versus Astral?
Was that in Saltmine?
Yeah, the new Saltmine. Go watch that, right? And Jory he just gets like every single time he goes off the wall, he scores. He goes off the wall, he does a musty double flip reset. He chooses whatever he wants to do, and he does it every single time. So so
it's the consistency as well.
That's gonna be the stage that people get to, but
yeah,
and there's gonna be insane defending soon for sure. Because I'm someone that's quite confident in my goalkeeping ability, and I feel like I can save a lot of this crazy stuff. So when other people can do that like me, then I don't know how we're gonna score, like just by boost starving and stuff, probably. So yeah.
Although you're only there temporarily, what for you is the biggest perk or perks of being in a team house with your teammates and the coach? From Rusty F. James.
Well, I think the biggest thing is just kind of getting that friendship with my team, because obviously I worked at Gregan in the past, but Tho and Noli, I never met Noli before, and I did meet Tho at Leipzig. We actually got a photo. Then we actually had a major fight after. We had a fight and broke each other's legs. No, I'm joking.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, mad. But You know, it's great building up that friendship. I think that's what you need to take their team to the next level. Because if you look at Vitali, NRG, Space Station, they're all really great friends, and I think that can build up the chemistry in game more when you're kind of the team environment's really friendly. You're more kind of willing to just do creative plays and stuff. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, and probably just getting a little break from home maybe as well. A nice little change of environment. I think I'm going to be really going back home. Going to be really, really, really motivated now.
Yeah, definitely.
Like really laser sharp focus. So yeah.
If it came down to it, would you move across the pond to join an NA organization? From Matt MMA1, Matt D MMA1.
It's a good question. You know, Pittsburgh Knights wanted me to join them. Yeah, I think.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. They were like, well,
were you tempted?
I was tempted, but you know, with COVID, my dad said like you can't really do it because of COVID and stuff.
Going to America, genuinely, at the moment, like that's a horrible thought.
Yeah, I know. My dad said it's not really gonna be like something you can really do, but and it's like, I would have loved to do it. You know, living in the Pittsburgh team house. You know, but I think Wiz Khalifa and stuff's cool, but we one upped it with David Beckham, so.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's very
and
fair.
Gregan.
Yeah.
Oh.
No? Nah, a bit of a shocker.
Maybe not. Yeah, sorry.
What is the biggest difference between playing with a coach and playing without a coach? From user the Big Frogman.
Well, you know, when you're playing a game, you got to focus on winning, right? You can't really focus on analysing the game, so. You know, you can always coach yourself, and you can always watch a replay and coach, but I think having a coach is a really good, like, outside perspective that, like, you know, you can confirmation bias. You can always have confirmation bias towards yourself over your teammates, and then your team over the other teams. So it's gonna, what's the word, cloud your judgment, like shroud your judgment. So I think having a, you know, not every, you know, finding the right coach is like finding the right player, right? Some players are good, some players are bad. Some coaches are good, some coaches are kind of might be bad. So that's important as well. But I think coaching in Rocket League is definitely, you've seen it a lot more now that teams are every team's getting a coach right, but that's really what's going to take the game to that next level. I think it's also going to be good because, you know, a lot of time teams will run away with series, but if you got a coach, I think the series are going to be a lot closer, more like back and forward games, more adaptability, so it increases excitement for the viewer as well, so it's going to be good for everyone. So yeah.
How was the brief period in which you were a full-time content creator for you mentally? Is it something you consider going back to once you've retired, or will you be done with Rocket League completely once you're done being a pro? That's from @MBSRL.
I love streaming. I love YouTube. I'm really passionate about it. I really love streaming. It's a great concept, right? You just get to like sit and talk to people all day. It's such a sick concept. You get to create your own. It's like you get to create your own medium, honestly. So you create your own like thing for yourself. So you get loads of money for it. So why would you not love it? So
literally, why would you not? And you get fans.
Yeah, I mean.
God, it annoys
I
me.
think the reason why people do it is because they don't get that instant gratification. They don't instantly get 1,000 subs, and they can't work diligently to do it. But anyway, I would love to do that after Pro Rock League. I don't plan on stopping playing Pro Rock League anytime soon. And that is really what I'm really passionate about. But the day will come eventually. You know, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, but you know, maybe if I feel like I've won enough and I'm actually satisfied, then I'll stop. And I would absolutely love to do Love to be a content creator, yeah, definitely. Like coaching, not really. Casting, I would definitely think casting would be something cool, but yeah,
I can't play cast. That's what they say, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Make fun of other people, you can't do yourself, right?
Exactly.
That's what you guys do. So yeah.
I can't flip reset, but I can take the piss out of Yoros when he misses one.
Exactly.
Final question: if Rocket League was to disappear in the next 12 months, what would you do next? Sort of leading on from the last one, from user Beardy Guts.
Well, I don't think Rocket League's going to disappear, but if it did, I'd be a lonely, broken man. So I'd be lost. I'd probably turn to the job centre or something, or like waste away in my own self-sorrow. Invest, I don't know. But yeah, it would suck. It would definitely suck, so I hope that doesn't happen.
Can agree there.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Scrub, for joining us on episode 49
no problem.
of the SubPar Poddy C.
Thank you.
Before we leave, I just want to remind everybody that these podcasts are made possible by going to our Patreon. And if you drop a patronage of any tier before the next episode, you will get a bespoke off. That's how good it is. It's good value. And also remember that we've got merch going on as well. So shop.subpar.gg. Scrub, would you wear a SubPar jersey?
If you manage to blackmail me or bribe me, then yes. But
pay you, sponsor you.
Yeah,
you said those ones as well.
Yeah.
20 quid.
If I wanted to sacrifice my pride for that, then sure, yeah.
You just said in Rocket League Dog you'd go on the dough and be sad. So I feel like that's not too much for me to buy you out for.
Okay, true. What did you get? Have you got your merch on right now or nah?
No, this is
No,
for
come on, guys,
I've
come
got
on.
My flag. I've got my flag behind me.
What is a flag actually merch? Can you buy that flag? Really?
You can buy that.
How much is that?
Stumpy, how much is that?
It's a great question. It really is.
I think it's like 15 quid. I think it's cheap.
Everything is really good value. There's all of the we've got like jogging bottoms. They're all like embroidered as well, not just a sticker. It's embroidered logo.
Oh, okay. Just for the low price of £65, you can get right here.
No, that's what bloody Fnatic costs, mate. But I got given this for free.
All right, you've seen Fnatic sponsored with Gucci.
I've seen that thing with Hello Kitty, but not with Gucci.
Hello Kitty.
Yeah, Fnatic are teamed up with Hello Kitty. Like
I didn't know that was still a thing.
That's strange.
It might not be. It was definitely an odd one. Scrub, before we let you go, do you have any final words, people? Where can people find you?
Well, where can you find me? Twitch.tv/Scrub. On YouTube, Scrubkilla. So YouTube/C/Scrubkilla or something like that. You can follow me on Twitter at ScrubkillaRL.
See more fire tweets at Panda.
I'll get some spicy drama, right? Listen, my tweet game's been a little bit dry, but
good.
Once we start popping off and I can actually back my chat, then I'm gonna start going in.
No, that's the wrong way round. Do it when you're losing. That's what gets the sort of the juices flowing. Do you know what I mean? Tweet out saying at Fairy Peak, absolutely no chance you beat us in this grand final. So you and Vitality make the finals of the grid. Do you know what I mean? If you beat me, I will donate 500 subs to SubPar in HD.
That is a good idea.
That will get the retweets going, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I see how it is.
100%.
But I've loved the podcast, guys. I hope it was a good... What would you... S, A, B, C, and D. What tier podcast is this?
Okay, so compared to our other guests.
Yeah.
Who was a really good guest? Gregor was a good guest, to be fair to him. Rettles was good.
The questions were a little bit tame. I'm not gonna lie, but... Let's open for some more spicy questions.
Oh. Who else was really good? Farah. Farah's just sweet. Farah's just lovely.
Cute. Fruity was
Fruity was obviously
Yeah.
Everyone hates Fruity.
Yeah.
Chronovies was good.
All my homies hate Fruity, so.
Garrett G just after NRG1.
Yes, that was good. That's our best one so far.
I agree.
You still not tiered it yet though.
I reckon this was an A.
Yeah.
I reckon it's an A. You've not got the S tier.
I'll take that.
No, sorry, wait a minute. No, it's not an A. It's an 8 or a 7.
Oh yeah, the weird grading in GCSEs.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Have you seen
what they do?
Yeah, maybe it's just England then. But
no, we have a different
instead
education
of
system in
grades.
Scotland, but still.
Have you still got A's, B's, and C's and stuff? Oh, over here, yeah, it's like
Club's
9.
never got an A, B, or C.
Sorry, have you still got E's?
He's got E's and U's.
I've got all the ABCs. What do you mean?
Oh,
disgusting. Right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure that you follow on Spotify, follow on iTunes, and obviously leave a review. Cole loves the reviews. All right. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You don't need to wave, Scrub. It's audio only.
Oh. I look like an idiot now.